Here we go again. Here we go again. This guy, I don't even know who he is. This is a video ranking the worst rosters in the NFL. And this one has the Tennessee Titans at number 25 out of 32. Out of 32 teams, the Titans are the 25th worst roster in the league. Only 7 teams with worse rosters than the Titans in the league, according to this. I don't know where he's getting his stats from. Let's give this a gander.
25, the Titans. They're 27 on ESPN's Power Index. This stung, though. Seeing the Tennessee Titans ranked 7 spots ahead of the Broncos? Ugh. I want Will Levis to be good. I want him to be king of condom.
So this guy's clearly a Broncos fan. I don't have anything against the Broncos, but is he trying to say the Titans roster isn't at least better than the Broncos? Bo Nix.
Not that fuck Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
Levis, though, was a mixed bag as a rookie. He was sacked 28 times in 9 games. That's a lot. Josh Allen took 24 in 17 games last year. Levis's sack percentage was at 9.9%, so basically 11 if you round up the way I do. Levis will have an improved group of receivers this season. Last year he had DeAndre.
Did he mean to sound sarcastic when he said that? Did he mean to sound sarcastic when he said an improved group of wide receivers? Bro. Improved? Improved. I don't know if you've been watching the last few years since we traded you-know-who. Improved is a one way to put it.
Andre Hopkins and the ghost of Mike Vrabel's mustache to throw to. This season, it's Hopkins returning with Calvin Ridley and Tyler Boyd. I like all 3 of those guys, but they will all be on the wrong side of 30 by the time the season ends. That's a weird,
God. I mean, what is he saying?
weird move for your receiving core. Tennessee paid.
What do people think's going to happen? Do they think that all 3 of these guys are going to wake up on the day they turn 31 and not be able to walk? Like, I understand. Like, I get that at certain positions in the NFL, you need to kind of skew younger, and I know wide receiver, but like, we're not talking about bums here. We're talking about Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyler Boyd, all with good resumes in the NFL. We're not talking about some guy that was the 4th best receiver with the Cardinals last year who's coming over. We're talking about 3 guys with like the resume to back it up. And you're telling me that's a bad thing to have those guys on the roster because they're going to be on the wrong side of 30. So, I mean, we're just going to be the Tennessee geriatrics, apparently, because our receivers are the ripe old age of 31, and apparently they're just going to have to walk out there with their walkers and try to run routes. DeAndre Hopkins, people said that about him last year, and he was really, really good on a team that didn't want to throw the ball, on a team that many times couldn't throw the ball because they had 0.5 seconds to throw at all, with a rookie quarterback who got thrown in there in the middle of the year, and an offensive game plan that was about as exciting as that blade of grass that I'm looking at outside the window right now. So I don't understand. And again, I know we got to get back to the video, but I will go back to this again. Would people be saying the same thing if it were the Colts? If the Colts had Hopkins, Ridley, and Boyd, would anybody be talking about the age of their receiving core? No. If it were the Dallas Cowboys, would anybody be talking about this? No. But since it's Tennessee, there's a bunch of old guys.
Former Broncos center Lloyd Cushenberry, who's coming off his one and only great season. But if that's who he is as a player moving forward, with the addition of rookie tackle J.C. Latham, Tennessee could.
Would anybody be saying that about Indianapolis or Dallas if Lloyd Cushenberry had signed there? Oh, he's only had one good year. No, they'd be drooling.
Have retooled their offensive line to be very good again quickly. The thing that has kept Tennessee competitive, though, the last few years was their defense and Derrick Henry. King Henry has been excommunicated to Baltimore, and Mike Vrabel has been...
Don't throw the headphones. Don't throw the headphones. You paid good money for the headphones. Don't throw the headphones. It's not their fault. All I've heard about, and I love Derrick, okay? Derrick Henry, second favorite Titan of all time. All I've heard about Derrick Henry for the last 2 years, he's washed. You can't win like that. He's on tired legs. You can't just keep riding this guy all the way to the promised land. Now that the Titans have finally cut ties with him and he's with another ugly purple team in Baltimore that we won't mention, now it's, oh, he's been excommunicated. What are the Titans thinking? What? Their identity's gone. That's what people said when Mike Vrabel and Derrick Henry both led. Again, I love Derrick. But it was time to go another direction. It's time for him to go in another direction, time for us. He's better suited to be on the ugly purple team because, you know, Lamar Jackson, like, with him as an option to run, it doesn't all fall on Derrick Henry. That's a better option for him right now anyway, as bad as it's going to hurt me to see it. Okay? The better option for us to go in another direction, too. Oh, the Titans are getting away from their identity. Thank God. Thank God we're getting away from our identity. Thank God we're getting away from trying to beat teams 13-10 a couple times. Thank God we're done trying to drag teams down into the mud with us to try to battle it out like it's 1976.
Banned from coaching as the league tries to rid itself from the entire Belichick coaching tree and anything coaching tree adjacent.
I don't think it's that. I don't think that's why. I'm sorry to keep pausing. I don't think that's why Vrabel didn't get a job. I think Vrabel didn't get a job because he wants you guys a little stubborn, all right? There's some things he does well. There's some things that, you know, he's kind of might be a little hard to work with at times. You're telling me that's why 8 teams passed on him?
No, I am curious how that defense performs without Vrabel. To me, the identity of that team was carried out through their nasty front seven, and it all resonated from Vrabel's big dick energy. I still think
You saying Vrabel was a risk taker? 2020 wild card game against the Ravens. We're down by, I think, 4, and we have 4th and inches in their territory, and we decided to punt. Yeah, he's got that BDE, baby. How about, against the Saints opening game, we kicked 6 field goals because we kept settling instead of trying to be aggressive and go for it. But he's got that BDE. The identity of this team has been the front seven, and due respect to them, Jeff Simmons, Danico Autry when he was here, Harold Landry, and all the rest, like they were a huge part of the success that Vrabel had. But in the last couple of years, they've been the identity of this team because there was no other identity to have. If they weren't the identity of the team, who was? We sure weren't throwing it. We weren't exciting to watch at all. We were scoring 12 points a game on offense. So, like, if the identity of the team's not the front seven, then what is it? We're out of options.
They are stout up front with Jeffrey Simmons.
On the beat, it's your boy Big Jeff. Coming through the door. Oh, I ain't gonna do it.
Harold Landry, rookie T'Vondre Sweat, and possibly better on the back end with corners L'Jarius Sneed and Chidobe Awuzie.
Possibly. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe better. I don't know.
One of the silliest things I read, though, was Pro Football Focus saying Harold Landry has never been more than an average pass rusher.
Woo!
What? How the hell does anyone who knows ball say that? He had 10 sacks last year, a year removed from an ACL tear, and the season prior he had 12, leading the Titans when their front seven carried them to the best record in the AFC. But they were ranked ahead of the Chargers. This is the team that is everyone's dark.
I can't believe we were ranked ahead of the Chargers. Okay, so whoever that guy is, We ended on good terms right there because he did say something I agreed with at the end of the day. That quote from Pro Football Focus about Harold Landry is ridiculous. I don't know if I'm willing to say that Harold Landry in the front seven carried the Titans to the playoffs because, like, AJ was here, Derrick Henry was here half the year. Like, the defense was the strength of the... Anyway, no need to talk about the past, because if you talk about the past, you have to talk about how that season ended, and I would rather not cry today. I understand you're not... Hypothetically, the Titans roster could be very good, but I get that there are a lot of people who say, I need to see it first. Will Levis could be good, I need to see it. This could be a good receiving group, but I need to see it. But that's the case with everybody. And where you lose credibility with me, because I looked, the Colts are in the upper 20s. So the Colts are ranked a good 5-6 spots ahead of the Titans on this list right here. Okay. I just still don't get why with Will Levis we need to wait and see, but with Anthony Richardson we're ready to buy in. I had someone in my comments yesterday, the upside with Anthony Richardson is so much higher. Based on what? Based on what? The 2 games he played in? The upside is literally just based on hopes and dreams. Same with the Jaguars. A disastrous season last year, and we're just pretending it never happened. The upside is so huge with the Jags roster, based on hopes and dreams. I don't necessarily have a problem with the Titans being ranked toward the bottom based on rosters, because you've got to see it's a huge turnover. It's a lot of new players and a completely new coaching staff. You got to see it on the field before you just declare. But those same people are already ranking Caleb Williams as one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and the dude hasn't even taken a snap. Hypocrites. Hypocrites.